Hey everybody, Tony Katz here for the Franklin Center, franklincenterhq.org, and I'm here with Senate candidate Eric Hovde. How you doing?
Great. It's a pleasure being here.
No, it's a pleasure to have you. The debate just wrapped up. How do you feel it went?
I felt it went real well. You know, I had a lot of people come up afterwards and say you did a great job. It's always great to hear that kind of enthusiasm. I'm not a career politician, so this is something new for me. I've never been through a debate before. And as, you know, I alluded to earlier, was mentioned, you know, I just lost my mother, so I didn't really have a lot of time to prepare for this debate, but I felt that, you know, I got my message across, and I would have loved to have been able to extrapolate a little bit more on some of the economic issues and the things that we need to do.
And you actually had brought that up in relationship to former Governor Tommy Thompson not being here. Do you think he did himself some damage by not attending the debate?
Well, I think that's for the voters of Wisconsin to decide, but I just think it's unfortunate. I think, you know, we live in a democracy. It is the people that decide. Nobody is anointed a senator. And I think it's a responsibility for all the candidates to show up and talk and express their views and have their records looked at. So, you know, I look forward to getting a chance to debate Governor Thompson at some point in, you know, hopefully the next few months.
Let's talk about your record as a businessman, as a man who has created banks, now the world of the occupiers, claiming about the 1%. You have what Romney went through in terms of tax returns and conversations and gaffes about dollars. Do you find that that has an effect, a trickle-down effect, how people maybe see you as a man who has worked in those industries and has done well for himself?
You know, it may. To be honest with you, certain people are going to negatively react because I've been able to achieve success. But the message I would like to get across is, look, I didn't start with anything. I worked hard. I sacrificed. I'm not ashamed of my success one iota. Plus, I've taken my resources and have done wonderful things with them. I started the Hovde Foundation, where we fund things such as the families of soldiers who have been lost at war or have been materially harmed. We fund Meals on Wheels to provide food to the elderly, you know, food pantries for those that are suffering, and probably the biggest accomplishment is I've started something called the Hovde Homes that operate all over the globe as well as the United States, principally focusing on abandoned and homeless children, and you know, providing care, a loving environment, therapy, training, all the rest, and giving them a loving home. So, you know, people are going to attack me because I'm successful. That's what this president's engaging in. He's engaging in class warfare. He's engaging in gender warfare, and to a degree even in race warfare, and it's very divisive.
One of the things that I've been asking is about the president's recess appointments, the unconstitutional recess appointments,
Absolutely.
Especially with the Senate not in recess. If you are a senator, if you were a senator, you're now there on the Senate floor. How do you react in those situations?
I find it appalling. They call them czars. Think of how absurd that is. Czars. Tsar was a monarch in Russia. And they're calling, he has all these czars to manage aspects of our government because he can't get them vetted through the Senate because he's putting people in place that have very radical agenda that's very different from how this country was built. So I would be fighting it tooth and nail.
Mike Lee, senator from Utah, was one of the very few on record, I believe Rand Paul as well, to say we won't confirm anybody else until we go back and revisit this. Is that a strong position?
I think that's a very accurate position, because if he's going to override Congress's role, then you know what? You have to suffer the consequences. You have to have your people vetted. And if you're not going to do that by appointing these czars, then you know what? You may not get anybody through. So, yeah, I very much agree with that on principle.
Eric Hovde, an absolute pleasure having you here. For more information about the GOP Senate debate here in Wisconsin, all the Wisconsin news, check out franklincenterhq.org.
Thank
Nicely
you.
done, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.